Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play the Occult Chronicles. Kira Ione has now made it to the second floor and is beginning to explore this location, which will include quite a few more difficult challenges than downstairs. She's looking pretty good. She's picked up 2 talismans in the last episode, gained another trump card, and is well on her way to finishing up some of her skill cards, athletic specialist in particular. It's still going to be very difficult for us. We are nowhere close to beating the game yet. In fact, we're not even halfway done with this mission. We're 1/4 of the way done with this mission. But otherwise, I have a good feeling for this, assuming I don't make too many mistakes or the game becomes, well, gives me the middle finger too many times. Otherwise, we're, again, looking fairly good so far. And to that end, let's keep... Oh, right, we'll cover quests really quick as well. We have to collect most of these quests. We have, I think, only one of them. This quest is the only one that we can actually kind of complete at the moment. This one's downstairs, this one's downstairs, this one we'll be completing instead of this one, or something of the sort, so a lot of quest turning in to do soon. That might be the next episode, though. This episode, we have more second floor to explore. A giant green ooze. You come face to face with a green ooze. You didn't even notice it at first. It sticks to the ceiling, hidden in the shadows, waiting in ambush. Suddenly, it drops to the floor with a sickening, squishing sound, and forms up around you. You feel a rush of adrenaline-fueled fear sweep over you. This lab experiment gone bad could mean the end of you. Okay. So the horror check isn't as important as actually defeating the creature. That's often the case, though. But this is especially true for the green ooze. If we don't beat the green ooze the first time we fight it, we'll find ourselves in a much worse situation the second time. Being enveloped by it will not be a good thing for poor Kira. Your mind is strong. Usually things far worse than this. You were part of the team that hunted down and eliminated the Lab 257 scientists, after all. Oh, I guess they needed a mentalist with them. You thought that the last of these Lab 257 experiments had been hunted down and destroyed. It seems that you were wrong. You try and recall the warnings from the briefings. The creature will try and suffocate you by enveloping you in its amorphous, slimy tissues. So, this is on the second floor, which means it's going to be more difficult for us to get away from it than if it was on the first floor. Indeed, this is really, wow, very difficult. More difficult than it has to be. The game has increased the flee chance because of our cups stat. It should be, I think, a flee chance of 6. It's been upped by 5 points, though. Ugh. Also, normally in the game, we would only be allowed to attack the green ooze. I have modded the game to add an option for us to deal with it magically. So, because this is a much better chance than either of the other 2 options, we will attempt to freeze the green ooze. These things are incredibly tough and are known to be able to regenerate damaged tissue unless they are frozen. Granted, there's a great deal of ooze here, but you're confident you can put this thing on ice. Okay, we have a king, a page, and a knight. Let's flip over a card and see what we're going to get. I might very well use Odic Shield here, though. This is one of those encounters where it's very important to win. Plus, if we can win, we will get a good chance. I think it's like a 10% chance to get an item. It may sound kind of weird to be excited to get some rope or something like that, or a map, but believe it or not, those can be very useful. Ace of Swords. Let's play the 4, and we'll hold on to our... Oh, no, let's play the knight instead. The odds of there being a page up here are very low, and I'd rather get some more points for this right now. That puts us only 1 below our threshold. That 6 we will play the king for. This is not an encounter I generally enjoy failing on purpose, because the results can be disastrous for us. So now we are winning the challenge. Oof, getting lots of high cards up here. I could use Odic Shield to try to get a Cups card in my hand to beat the 4, but I'm perfectly fine with 10 over our 5 target number. Let us win this. The creature's overconfidence proves its undoing. It attempts to engulf you from all directions. When it does, you cast an ice nova centered around yourself and catch every inch of the creature in it. You smile to yourself. Overconfidence can be a slow and insidious killer. 7 draws. I certainly hope we get something for our efforts. Morphine ample. So this will be the item we picked up. This isn't as useful as some of the other ones, though, but we'll take a look at this in a bit. Three experience, a morphine ample, and +1 heart. Let's grab a heroic defensive feat to help us with traps. The morphine ample is a cup item. Add 3 points to your health stat, and for the next 5 combats, each generated wound card has a 50% chance of having a -1 modifier applied to it. So this will reduce, as a chance to reduce the damage we take in combat, not versus traps. We will hold on to this until we get into the cellar. Yeah, I think that's the best chance we have. Once we're in the cellar or the basement level, we'll begin using that. A clue! -1 target level. You smell iron in the air. It smells like blood. Then you hear a long howl like a wolf from somewhere nearby. It is extraordinarily unlikely for there to be another clue token in this room, so I'm not going to bother searching the other 2 bedroom steps. A locked door. Oof, that is a tough chance to open it. Let's unlock it. You examine the lock mechanism and decide that you just might know how to finesse it open. Oh, a king is the only high card we have here. I definitely want to use it to reduce the loss we'll take. I could fail on purpose, and we would get a bad omen, but I think we'll just pass this test. I think we have 2 points of luck at the moment, or maybe 1 point of luck. I really don't want to lose what we have. The lock opens. You are just as talented with the lock as you thought. The mechanism clicks, and you turn the knob to open the door. Wow! That was actually really lucky. I'll definitely take an extra Aura of Fortune. Whew! The Rakshasa. You smell the pipe smoke before you even see the creature sitting in the chair. By the time you realize what you are facing, it's too late to stop and quietly sneak away. You've only seen pictures in old illuminated manuscripts, but you recognize the creature immediately. It's a Rakshasa, a demon of the Great Illusion. You've seen enough legends turn out to be true, but this one still shocks you. This is a creature from 2nd edition D&D, if I recall correctly. You kill it instantly with the Blessed Crossbow Bolt, but otherwise you need a +4 weapon or other spells to kill it, if I recall. That was a very nasty creature. Armor class -2, if I recall correctly. My god. How do I remember that? An aura of evil surrounds this creature. You try and remain calm and keep your grip on your sanity. We have a Pentacles card, apparently. I'll play the... Yeah, we'll play the Knight here. Still haven't quite won. Your mind is strong. You can almost see through the illusion and behold the creature's true form. The Rakshasa beckons you to sit down next to it. You feel a tremendous sense of unease as you approach the creature. You know that according to the legends, it can shape change. This one seems to have chosen the appearance of a tiger. These masters of illusion love a good bargain and the taste of human flesh. Looking at the clutter of dishes on a tray nearby, you hope this one isn't still hungry. That is not a good chance we have to actually talk with it. I've never tried using sorcery to kill it. I'm tempted to make the attempt, if only to see what we can get as a reward. Normally we'd have to go back downstairs and find one of those bunches of papers and bring it back to him. Let's try talking with him once. see what we get for cards, at least. Okay, I'm glad we did this. We would have failed that sorcery challenge. Not by much. Actually, we would have won. But still. The Rakshasa speaks to you, but you can't understand what it's saying. It seems to become a little irritated with your lack of understanding. You feel that you had better resolve this quickly. To my knowledge, you can fail this quest talking to it as many times as you want, without any significant penalty other than taking sanity loss. Hello, Queen. Take my 10. Hello, Queen. Take my 4. Hello, King. You can take my page. Oh my god. Okay, we'll get some points for this. I'm willing to do this again. A king, and a page. That is a better hand with high number cards this time. We win immediately with the King of Cups. Now we just need to get more points. Let's use our king here. I don't know if for a fact that we'll get any other sword cards. And we did, darn it. The Rakshasa speaks to you quite easily. It wants you to do it a favor, and in turn, it will let you live. The Rakshasa puffs away on its pipe and explains its proposal to you. It wants you to fetch some papers for it from a room nearby. It doesn't know where exactly they are because there is a ward in place to keep them hidden and safe from him. He wants you to find them and bring them back. If you do so, you will not only be allowed to live, but you might also find that the Rakshasa is a generous benefactor. At least, that is what it seems to suggest. Nothing under the bed. That's amazing. Look at the blood going under there. Oh, another locked door. I'm going to leave that one alone. I don't... The risk of getting an ill omen from this, I don't remember the chance, but I don't need to go into a bathroom. Oh, that's creepy. What happened in this room? Uh-oh, hello, 2 encounters. The Gentleman Ghost. You see ghostly wisps of smoke rising to the ceiling. You follow the wisps down to a large, comfortable leather chair sitting in the gloom. Suddenly, you see the illumination of a cigar end, and with that, a ghost materializes sitting in the chair. Oh, you're confronted with something supernatural. You struggle to keep your sanity or something. That's what it says. I often wonder why we have a description of the creature, and then another description to resist the horror. They kind of generally always say the same thing. You have kept your sanity. You admire the ghost's smoke circles and wish you had a few cigars on you right now. Oh, Kira's a smoker? Well, then again, I guess everyone is who plays this game. The Gentleman Ghost sitting in the chair puffs away on his cigar and smiles back at you. He looks like the jovial old uncle that you never had. You sense that he is impatient, though, as his demeanor turns from a smile to a frown. Perhaps he thought you were a servant. We will communicate with him. You decide to use your psychic talents as a medium to try and find out what the ghost is doing here. He might have information that can help you. You sit down in the chair across from him and enter a trance. Mistaking you for a servant, he thinks you are impertinent at first. Then he realizes that you still might be able to help him. He needs a favor done. Oh, my good man, my good lady, I am almost out of my cigars here. Would you be kind enough to go fetch me a few? The ghostly gentleman leans back and puffs out a huge column of ghost smokes. Smokes? He fixes you in the eyes and says, "There's just one catch, of course. More like an inconvenient challenge, actually. You'll see what I mean." A spray of darts! You feel your foot step down on the pressure plate and then hear the pneumatic sounds of darts being shot through blow tubes. You catch a glimpse of the deadly swarm of needle-tip killers heading your way. You notice that what you think to be a gap in the wall of darts heading your way, you decide to crouch into it. Oh. Okay, we have 2 face cards. That's good. I really hate getting traps without any face cards. Traps are also not something I'm going to mess around with. You don't get a second chance at them if you fail the first time, and the results can be disastrous for any trap. You position yourself so that all the darts miss you completely. Why did I say motion? Okay, everyone, you know I like calm sidestep. We're just going to grab it right now. Just let's select a card, and if it isn't a... If it's a face, we get to add 2 times X, where X was our tricks take, the number we rolled, and we get to draw a card. So we're taking that. Let's grab a... Let's grab another Atlantean spell. A haunted guillotine. You see the outline of its distinctive shape in the gloom. It still takes you a second or two to realize exactly what it is. A guillotine. This, however, is no normal guillotine. The mouton and blade pulled up high glistens with wet blood, and the bascule seems to beckon to you. You feel tired suddenly, and then you notice you have somehow, unknowingly, taken a few more steps towards the death machine. You feel a wave of panic engulf you as you realize that this cruel instrument of death is slowly drawing you closer. You realize that you must resist its siren call, or risk losing sanity and just possibly your head. You will your feet to stand their ground and shield your mind from whatever foul sorcery is at work here. You stand before a work of art. Polished wood and burnished brass fittings adorn the guillotine. The craftsmanship is astonishing, and the splattered blood detracts from it not at all. You can also sense the arcane curse that has bound an evil spirit to this horrible contraption. How many victims have caught sight of it only to find themselves sleepwalking to their doom? Well, we know the release chant. Let's use it. The release phrase taught to you by the head on the stake should sever the nexus of the curse that binds the wicked spirit inhabiting the guillotine. Let's hope you were paying attention. Klaatu Barato Necktie? I think the difficulty of this is normally a lot lower than any of these other options, but again, the game has a balancer in it, and is making it more difficult for us. Ooh, that was awesome. But we took their queen with our king. This isn't one of the encounters I'm willing to mess up with either. Like to fail on purpose, it's just too risky. I think there's a chance of instant death, though there may not be one with the way we're solving the puzzle, but I think trying to attack it might result in your death. You feel the nexus snap as the curse is broken and the spirit swirls away into some other alien dimension. Well, that completes that quest. That reminds me, we should do the coffin downstairs. Hello. An apparition of death. You see a chessboard set up for the commencement of a game. Upon closer examination, you discover that the pieces are very strange. The black ones are carved out of some volcanic rock and seem to shift between normal pieces and twisted tentacled monsters. The white pieces, carved from alabaster, depict humans armed with all manner of weapons. You could swear that you see a knight that resembles yourself. Suddenly, in the chair across the chessboard, a grim specter of death appears. Your eyes widen in disbelief as the apparition beckons you to sit and play. You must fight to keep your sanity. Hopefully, we'll get a decent hand like the one we have if we decide to challenge it. And hopefully, the challenge is not that high. Your mind is strong. You stare back at the apparition and even muster a nonchalant smile, which seems to amuse it. The specter startles you. You wonder if this is some type of trick or illusion. Could this be real? You can sense the currents of sorcery at work here, but just what the source is, you cannot be certain. It beckons you to sit across from it. The apparition motions to the board again, suggesting that you begin the game. This challenge, if we do this, we better damn win. There is a 20% chance that you're gonna get a death card if you lose the challenge. This will be one of those challenges I need to use a trump card for if things are going poorly for me. You can get some really good rewards from this, though. Arcana is generally a reward for you. I think a 20% chance of drawing any card can be one of them. It's a fantastic challenge to win. Let's see how good Kira is at playing chess. This might be the end of our adventure, though. 2 2s, a 3 and a 5, a page of swords, and a king of pentacles. We need to play the king if we want to win, and I really dislike this hand. Even a this, sometimes you've seen me fail this on purpose. That is so risky to do, though. We'll just win, and we'll hope we get an ace here. You play like an inspired madwoman, and soon the apparition's king is lying on its side. It bows to you, and then disappears. Justice! The best trump card, or rather, I like this card the most. There are significantly better trump cards, but I draw aces so often that Justice is just such a great trump for me to gain in my inventory. That is incredible. We gain 1 point whenever we draw an ace. I love that card. The Demon in the Fire. You see a large marble fireplace decorated with ornate sculptures. But what really astonishes you is the fire burning within the hearth. The flames dance around and lick the walls of the fireplace almost as if it was some type of living entity. Then it strikes you. A demonic face appears in the flames, and the sudden realization that this creature has noticed you sends a wave of horror rolling over you. You struggle to keep calm and not give in to panic. You are looking straight in the face of some type of flaming evil horror. It seeks to dominate your mind, and you know that you must not let that happen. It's a good hand. Wow, really good hand. We even have some pentacles here. Shame we couldn't get this when we did the death challenge. That was dumb. We should have played the knight. Your will is stronger than this evil creature of flame. You force it out of your mind and hold on to your sanity. The face of the fire smiles at you. This demonic creature must have been bound to the fireplace. How long ago and by whom are questions that you cannot answer. You cautiously step forward so that you can examine the situation in more detail. The demon seems contained within the hearth, but you have no idea how strong his binding there is. Let's search for that piece of paper. This must be the worthless servant that the demon in the broken circle was talking about. You inch forward to see if you can spot the piece of paper with the writing on it. Oh. Well, we get 1 point for that ace, but we have no face cards whatsoever. We'll be lucky to win this challenge. That means we're going to have to fight the creature. Oh, we actually win! You quickly spot the slip of paper on the mantle next to an old clock. You quickly grab it and duck back, slipping the paper into your pocket. Let's also bargain with the demon. Something strange is going on here. You sense the opportunity to communicate with the demon and perhaps figure out how it was bound here and for what purpose. I was dumb. I should play the knight. There's no reason not to. Knight would have taken everything the page could take, except the page, and I have the page. Darn it! Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. The only reason not to play the knight, there's no reason not to play the knight here, other than I wanted the possibility of losing points. Darn it, that stunk, Tim. Okay, let's just win. Using the lost sign language of Childash, you establish contact with the demon. The demon states that it was recently bound here by an acolyte claiming to serve some dark master. It's clear that the demon thought the human insane and babbling in things that were way over his head. The acolyte somehow managed to find a list of demonic names and binding rituals in some forgotten tome. The demon says that the acolyte would write them on a small enchanted slips of paper. He believes his own name to be in the acolyte's pocket. He perished a few short hours ago when he foolishly attempted to summon and bind another demon, but got the slips of paper mixed up. Find the acolyte's body, then bring the name to the demon, and he will reward you. Another locked door. We will open this one, or make the attempt. That's a good hand for this. Oh, but if we get only cups and apparently wands, we're not going to do it. Wow. That sucked. It seems you overestimated your ability to master the mechanism. We'll try again. Ugh. If we can get a pentacles, we'll win. Oh, hey, nice. Using the 3 to take a 2? That's very nice. Very rare. Let's win the challenge. I don't feel like having to deal... Ah, darn it. Deal with some bad luck. The lock opens. You are just as talented with the lock as you thought. That's enough to give us a spell. So let's think about this. Card values down -X. Let's take Tap Essence. It's pretty basic, but we'll grab it. This will let me... So we have a card that lets us draw more cards in our hand. Tap Essence lets us put more tricks on the board. Let's take it. The thing in the bathtub. You hear water dripping. Then you notice the bathtub. As you approach, you start to get a bad feeling. The tub is full. You can hear something moving in it. Suddenly, a figure lurches out of the brackish water and slumps over the side of the bathtub. Empty sockets stare out at you. You've seen your fair share of the undead, but this thing still gives you the creeps. Does it, though? Does it give us the creeps? Doesn't look like it gives us the creeps. Looks like we're actually going to be immune to the creeps. This thing is the creeps. Your mind is strong. It doesn't give you the creeps. The undead creature is fully clothed, but the fabric of its wet dress is wet and rotting away. You have no idea how long it's been lying in its tub. It turns its head towards you, and a tongue of some sort darts out of its decaying skull and seems to lick fleshless lips. You guess that it wants a snack. There's no way we're going to be able to kill it, so we have to run. You think you've seen this movie before, and you don't like how it ends. Well, we get 2 points for the 2 aces we have in our hand. And we're away. You carefully step backwards, and then turn and make a dash for it. You hear the thing sink back into its bathtub. Ah, the Telesrati will be in here. We've already seen their portal downstairs. Let's search for them. Oh, or a mad scientist is in here instead. You see a strange man hunched over a work table that is cluttered with blueprints, tools, gadgets, and colorful test tubes. He barely takes any notice of you at first, as if he had frequent visitors to his laboratory, which you find highly unlikely. You recognize the man from his odd file almost immediately, Dr. Laszlo Benway. What could he possibly be doing here? There's obviously some strange convergence that is attracting the most notorious and nefarious characters and supernatural entities to this place. Let's talk with him. Strange bedfellows. This place is downright dangerous. He's not your primary mission objective. Maybe you two could both find a way to help each other out. You clear your throat. You tap on the table. Hello, McFly. Anybody home? Haven't got all day, Benway. He studiously ignores you. The insult stings. That'd be great if we get an impairment from this. Oh, I would have to mute myself. I'd be so angry. Okay, we will try again to talk with him. Ah, not a single pentacles, huh? You clear your throat and look Benway straight in the eye when he glances up. You notice from his facial expression the recognition that you are an odd agent, and the faintest hint of a smile crosses his face. Yes, I think you'll do just fine, he says. Your arrival is most serendipitous. I have a task for you. You will be rewarded, of course. Benway wants you to find his lab refrigerator, which also happens to be this house's only refrigerator, located naturally in the kitchen. Fetch the small jar labeled boffin juice and return it here at once. Upstairs to the attic. We will walk up there briefly, just to mark it. This is probably the man with the from the Phantasm. He often shows up in this chamber, so I'm going to leave him there at the moment. A writhing mass of insects. You notice that the floor in front of you seems to be moving. You step closer thinking that it must be some sort of optical illusion. Suddenly, you step on something and it makes a squishing noise. You look down and see a writhing carpet of insects covering the floor. Scattered around the insects are the bones of their victims. You've never seen so many insects together all at once. Waves seem to undulate across an ocean of insects. The patterns are almost mesmerizing. You get a very bad feeling looking at this. It makes you afraid. Does it? Does it make her afraid? She looks like she's pretty rock steady at this. Your mind is strong. You've seen things far worse than this. After all, you spent 2 weeks at the odd survival school eating bugs and some other things that you would rather not think about. You count dozens of different species, and you wonder why they would all be gathered here together. The bones indicate a food source of some sort, but you wouldn't expect so many different types. Centipedes, cockroaches, ants, and spiders? If you want to keep moving down the corridor, you're going to have to step on or over them. We don't have a good chance to actually step across them, but we'll take it anyway. I don't want to have to circle back around. This is an evade trap. We could have used our calm sidestep, but it looks like we're going to win here anyway. Wow. Really? Okay. Well, we really only had... Well, no, we had some other wand cards, I guess. I played them... I selected the wrong cards to flip, is basically what happened there. You shuffle here and there, careful not to disturb the giant colony. A few try to crawl up your leg to bite you, but they're easily brushed away. A strange locked door. You see a large locked door with a grotesque stone or ceramic arm protruding from its center. There is no sign of a keyhole anywhere. Inspecting the arm closer, you notice that it is poised to offer you an arm wrestle. Indeed, the arm looks like it might rotate on the wall. Perhaps wrestling it would offer access to what lies beyond. Let's try it. The hand and the arm seem to be mocking you. You decide to grip the arm firmly by the hand and wrestle it. Perhaps in this way, the door will open. Let's see how strong she is. Hey, good work, Kira. Wow, excellent work, actually. You win the contest of strength. It wasn't easy, but gradually you managed to move the arm counterclockwise. Several times, it seems to want to wrench your arm out of its socket, but in the end, you prevail. The door clicks open. I guess all that psychic arm wrestling helped. Gave her a psychic, this huge, psionically on steroid arm, I suppose. Oh, that's really lucky. Awesome. More luck and 3 experience points. The Seance Room. Okay. That's interesting. The seance itself can be dangerous. If you fail, there's a chance for you to gain a permanent "you have gone insane" card. Or rather, you lose instantly if you draw it. You notice the crystal ball set on the large wooden table almost immediately. You've obviously stumbled upon a seance room of some sort. As you approach the crystal ball, it suddenly fills with a swirling cloud of white smoke, and a face materializes inside. You are caught off guard by the sudden appearance of the supernatural fortune teller. We have one ace in our hand. Only one cups card and one pentacles. This is going to be probably bad for us. Okay, we win the horror check. Your mind is strong. You see things far worse than this. In fact, this isn't your first run-in with a crystal ball and a fortune teller. We should always flip all the cards over because of our one edge. The face in the smoke begins to speak. You soon realize that it doesn't seem to be aware that you are even there. It seems to be communicating with the spirit world directly. You catch glimpses of motion around the periphery of the table. Ghostly shapes soon appear, seated around the table. You could swear you hear a tambourine rattle. So we could try to join the seance, but if we fail this challenge, we could go insane. Let me look at my trump cards here. We could play Wheel of Fortune if we have to. Let's try. We'll try once. How's that? You sense opportunity here to manipulate the power inside the crystal ball and gather information from it. You decide to join in the seance and sit down in an empty seat. We will need swords to win. That's all there is to it. Or maybe not. Now if we get a wand, that's a number card, we can win. Good. I didn't want to have to use a trump card. Still, I don't need to use any of my psionic powers here either. The face in the smoke introduces herself as Madame Leota, and you find no difficulty in establishing a rapport with her. She reveals to you some very important information. She doesn't really. We have to find it here. 4 arcane power. That will be useful. And a crystal ball. Wow. This is awesome. I love this item. +1 pentacles, and it will reveal the final room that we're supposed to make it to. We don't need any of the arcane power, though. That's incredible, getting that. Wow. You remember the briefing on the vampire coven that is believed to be hiding here. The elder is named Victor, and he has slain countless humans. The chance of a sanity loss card being generated when a psychic challenge is failed is doubled while this story icon is active. We have to climb over the insects again. Part of me is hoping we fail this challenge so I have an excuse to test if my modifications to it work. Another locked door. Let's try to pick it. No luck. This one's a good locked door. Woo! 5 sanity loss for that, too. I kind of like that, though, because the game makes it a little... All of our stats, I believe, are contributing to making the game a little more difficult for us. So, the more we lose sanity, the lower our sanity maximum is, the better we might do, because the target level will be lower. On that same note, though, losing by a huge amount will make us... we're probably going to get an ill omen here. I don't want to select my talisman. That's improving my cups by 1 point. There we go. And now that it dropped the target level by 2 for us. Thank you, game. We still need pentacles, though, to win this. There we go. Finally. It took us a while with this door. the mural on the wall. You're confronted with what at first seems to be a collection of crudely drawn scribbles and an oily black ink on the wall. As you examine it closer, the hairs begin to stand up on the back of your neck. You want to pull your eyes away, but they are drawn to the bizarre scratchings, and slowly they resolve into a panoply of horrific images of human sacrifice at the behest of some tentacled alien god. This is a quest for us to find and interact with the Cthulhu altar, which is generally on the second floor. You know forbidden texts when you see them, and this is something that only the most experienced occult researchers should even dare tinker with understanding. It's too late now, though. You will need to steel your mind against these disturbing images. Well, apparently Kira is used to seeing stuff like this. All those years working in the odd has steeled her for such. You have kept your sanity. You seem to have the ability to partition. You seem to have the ability to partition of the darker corners of your mind. That may come in handy. That sentence didn't sound right to me. The horrifying mural obviously depicts some sequence of rituals intended to invoke one of the ancient tentacled alien gods that is so often seek to break the dimensional barriers and set themselves to feast upon the ripe harvest that is humanity. God, that's a long sentence! You wonder why it could be etched here upon the wall of this house. Let's try to decipher it. You excelled in linguistics and cryptography back at the Odd Academy. You wonder if it might be worth the inherent risks to your sanity to delve a little deeper here and try to glean some information from the mural. An ace and a 2. No other good cards. I'm sorry, we have a Queen of Swords. That's the good card in our inventory. And with that, we win. We actually win with a little bit extra. Good thing I didn't select the King of Swords to start. That would have been horrible. Slowly you recognize some of the elements as variations on the funerary rites of Proto-Egyptian. Some of these directions detail a map to forbidden knowledge, a time and place that seems to be nearby. Oh, a clock! Okay, well I know where that is. We'll have to go back downstairs for that. I very rarely get this encounter, actually. I'm curious as to what it could give us. Now what? What are we going for next? Probably an Evades Trap Edge. I like to gain the ability to have cards be scryed. Speaking of edges, what are our edges, by the way? Water Clairvoyance. Okay. Let's wait, cup of water can be increased? Wow, that's amazing. A locked secret door. This will take us to the altar of the ancient god. I think I'll leave it here at the moment. A Class 3 full roaming vapor. You see an odd, softly glowing light in the gloom. It seems to be coming closer. Then suddenly its shape becomes clear. You see the billowing outline of what once was a woman dressed in 19th century clothing, but there was no substance there. She is a ghost. A brush with the supernatural is always disconcerting, no matter how many times you experience it. You must fight to keep your sanity. We have a Pentacles card? Oh, we have a King of Pentacles. You can take the Queen then. Wow. Slaughtered it. Your mind is strong. You laugh this thing off. Okay. Let's try to dispel it. A textbook case of a Class 3 full roaming vapor floats out in front of you. The Class 3 has no discernible remnants of its previous life. It's basically a raw supernatural spirit with the most meager of anthropic trappings, bipedal shape, and sometimes clothing. It starts to zigzag towards your position, as if it was chasing something. These hauntings can be dangerous if provoked. Engage in a psychic duel to destroy the ghost's presence in this dimension and send it to the spirit world. We have a wands card. Your mind gets the upper hand after a brief struggle and simply folds the ghost up on itself. It disappears without a sound. Let's open it. We'll make the attempt. Oh. No face cards. So, as usual, we'll have to get very lucky to win this. Yeah, it seems you're not very good at this sort of thing. Secret doors are stupid. Oh. Well, a King of Wands and a Page of Pentacles is nice. I didn't like seeing that. What is it? 2 2s and a 3. That sucks. Let's use the Page to start. Come on, Wands. Show up, Wands. Yes. You search around the door for anything of note and quickly zero in on some promising locations. After fiddling around with several bumps and nooks, the mechanism clicks, and the door slowly opens. Yes. I think we come back here later, so I'm going to leave this altar here at the moment. Another locked door. My goodness. Everything up here is locked and protected. And they're difficult to open, too. Oh, we have a good chance to get an aura of luck here. An edge upgrade. Wonderful. That was probably our edge that did that. And an Aura of Fortune. Wonderful. I think we're going to grab Cup of Water to give me +1 more cups. That is simply too good not to take. Although it doesn't seem to have worked at the moment. Maybe if we take a step, it'll work. Did I not take the right Cup of Water? No, that's correct. My experience points. Let's grab an evade trap edge of some sort. Uh-oh. Is it not working? 1 second, everyone. That would suck, game, if you're actually bugged and you're not giving me +1 cups. Oh, game. Well, it doesn't surprise me. So this doesn't give you any plus, it only gives you +1 cups. It doesn't give you another plus, it doesn't give you +2 cups. Why would you do that to me, game? Okay. Let's move on. Oh, the other attic staircase. Okay. Old broken gun cases. You notice several old broken gun cases. Upon closer examination, you see a scattered assortment of mostly antique weapons through the glass panes that enclose these boxes. Everyone, I'm really angry that I wasted an edge upgrade. What the heck? Right, our cups was normally 4. We gained +1 cups for taking that edge once. We're supposed to get another cups. So this is a mistake in the game data, and I cannot fix it. The only thing I could probably do here is I can change cups of water to say 1 of 1, rather than give you the illusion that you could level it once. Oh, Mr. Davis, that sucks. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make up for it. I'm going to cheat right here to give us a gun to make up for the fact that the edge upgrade didn't do anything for us. So I'll be right back, everyone. Okay, everyone. I have acquired a rifle, a Mauser 1896. It has a special option. Select a revealed non-face trick card and bump its value down 2. It takes 1 ammo to fire it, and it has 9 of 10 ammo in it. So I have no way to edit my save file to give me a point in cups unless I grab a hex editor and sit down there and wrestle with decrypting the save file for this game. I don't feel like doing that. Instead, I'll take my vengeance out on the game with far easier to adjust files, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it. A pack of ghouls. Alright, so let's battle these ghouls with magic. Uh-oh. We don't have a good hand for this. What are the odds we'll get a 10 of wands? Not very high. We still fail. We're likely to take some damage, but we survive it. A worse hand. We have no face cards this time. I could use spells and psionic powers, but right now I don't think I want to do so. Oof. We'll just take more hits. Yeah. That's more like it. I risk... The choice here is, as always, do I grab the 3 points and hope for a knight or queen coming up? No, let's use the king. We'll win. Well, there was a queen, but of swords. You step over the twisted remains of their corpses, eager to press on. Where there's one pack, there's usually more. For courage, we can increase our calm sidestep. Now, where is the scribe? Sense danger. It's very, very useful. I think next we either want a physical test or another talisman edge. We also only have a few more minutes left to play this one, so we'll probably wrap up whatever room is behind here, and then we'll call this session. A crossbow trap. You hear a twang and look up to see a crossbow bolt heading your way and aimed at your heart. Instinctively dodge. Wow, that's fantastic. You react immediately, twisting to dodge the deadly projectile. Wow, well, I see the King of Pentacles, so we don't want to select that card. And we win. Wonderful. Now, let's use Calm Sidestep. Ah, just one. Okay, well, I can select the King of Pentacles, taking 2 extra points. And we drew a 7 of Pentacles as a card. You twist hard to one side and feel the breeze as the bolt narrowly misses you and flies by within inches. Grab another edge for our spells. An electrified locked door. You see a metal door with a shiny metal handle. You can hear a light humming sound and smell the ozone in the air. The electric current running through the door is not something you want to play around with. I suppose we can attempt to short-circuit the current. I'm a little nervous about this. I'd never failed this check before. I would imagine we have a chance of getting a wound card, though. Let's try it. You examine the wall next to the door and notice a small hidden access point. You might be able to short-circuit the door, figure out some way to open it. That's a great hand for this. That's a great hand. We have a face card from every suit. I'll use the 9 and hope our queen can come in useful later. And we won. Edison has nothing on you. The circuit goes dead, and you turn the knob to open the door. Let's grab a spell edge to start. My Latvian spells do not target cards at the moment. That could prove useful. We could use our spells multiple times. This would be useful just to put extra tricks on the table. This will let us draw extra cards. That would make it easier for us to cast spells. Let's grab Atlantean Meta Magic. It'll make all spells we cast easier. All the challenges will be a little easier. -1 point at the moment. And I think we'll work on... Let's work on a heroic defense next. Telesrati Scientist. You're confronted with a creature from some type of horrible nightmare. It towers over 7 feet tall and seems covered in a sickly, translucent slime. You can only describe it as a combination of a snail, cucumber, and octopus. You fight to control your revulsion. This thing is not of our world. It must be from another dimension entirely. You feel overcome with dread and a sickening revulsion. Your eyes widen in disbelief as the strange creature turns to face you. Oh, we actually have a good hand. Well, we have multiple face cards at least. That's nice to know. Oh, we had a king in our hand. That's amazing. Your mind is strong. You have no doubt that you can overcome this nightmarish thing that confronts you. After the initial shock of seeing this strange creature passes, you are pretty sure you can identify it. You remember your briefings on the Tunguska event of 1908. A portal had been opened by this interdimensional race of aliens known as the Telesrati. An invasion had been foiled by a precursor to the Odd when the portal generator was overloaded. It had been a narrowly won victory. An interdimensional war had followed. The creature must be a scout sent over to do reconnaissance. Perhaps the energy of this house served as a beacon to pull it here. It seems to have been working on some sort of experiment. Well, we are far more likely to be able to use sorcery on it, so let's do so. You decide to unleash a surge of sorcerous energy at the Telesrati. These things can feed on such energy and are excellent sorcerers in their own right, so you know it will be difficult, but you think it's your best chance. That's a good hand. We have 2 kings with us. Let's use the knight, and hope we can use the king a little later. Hello. Queen of Pentacles. We'll take you with our King of Pentacles. Let's use Tap Essence. And draw 2 more tricks to the board. You channel everything you have, and despite You channel everything you have, and despite putting up a good fight, the Telesrati ends up a puddle of goo. That reads wrong to me. Yes! 5 energy. I knew there was a chance to get arcane power from this. Having dispatched this foul interdimensional monstrosity, you look around and immediately recognize the thing's handiwork. It's been working on creating assistants called brain bots. On the table is a canister containing a human brain. You can't be sure if the thing is even alive anymore. The body has obviously been destroyed. It's kept alive by a network of power cables. Why this one was singled out and not put directly into a crab bot is a mystery. Was it being tortured or interrogated? Try to communicate with the brain canister. We know this will give us something that will walk around with us. It will be a companion. You notice some odd lights and switches on the outside of the brain canister. You might be able to configure them and see if there's some way to talk to this thing, assuming it is still alive and sane. Not today. The tablet is useless. It won't give me anything here. The technology is way beyond anything you have seen, even at the odd HQ. You scratch your head in dismay. Ah! -1 courage? Why? Oh, that's mean. Why did we lose a courage for failing to communicate with the brain canister? That seems a bit odd. And of course, we don't have a good hand either for this. Game! I'm gonna mod this one to say you don't lose courage for trying to communicate with the thing. It seems such a weird penalty. You fiddle around with the switches and stare amazed at the technology that went into constructing this canister. Suddenly a circuit hums into life and the brain starts talking to you. Oh, well, we get 5 courage right back. Excellent. Greetings! I wasn't sure that you would manage it. I would beg that you destroy me. I have been drained of most of my knowledge, and my tormentor was only prolonging my agony as punishment. But first you must ensure that no more of its kind can venture into our dimension. Nearby, you will find a machine that powers its gate. Destroy it, please. I will give you the codes to do so. I was able to learn them from the Telesrathi as he probed and then devoured my mind. So much lost. Return here after you have done this. I want to know that it is destroyed. Then you will put me out of my misery. We'll search the room first. A clue token. You find a scribble written on the wall in what appears to have been dried blood. Beware. Nosferatu. Oh no, a brain bot. You hear the taps of its metal legs on the floor, and then you see it emerge from the shadows. A brain bot. Soldier slaves created by the Telesrathi from human victims to fight their interdimensional wars. They are quick, efficient, and merciless. Nothing remains of their past humanity. The thought of it is horrifying. Your eyes wide in disbelief as you behold the human brain encased in its robot body. Well, we're likely to win this challenge. It's going to be the fight that will be a pain in the butt, though. Quite literally. I haven't modded the encounter, so we're likely to be stuck with only physical combat. Your mind is strong. You've seen things far worse than this. You've seen these things in action a few times before, and you are confident that you can handle yourself in this situation. Can I? Nope! Oh god, running from it's also just as tough as destroying it. Its weak spot is the motivator underneath its carriage. It is difficult to spot to hit unless you manage to flip them over. We might do it, assuming we get a Pentacles or a King up there. We could also draw more cards onto the board with Tap Essence. Let's look over what we have first. Alright, no, it was no problem after all. You won the battle. The brain bot sparks and sputters as the cerebral fluid leaks out of the brain case. Alright everyone, we're going to stop here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see everyone in the next one. Take care everyone.